Hi guys, I'm Glenyce Hughes, radio show host and weekly TV host for Living in the Magic of Possibilities. I'm so thrilled that you are here. As usual, anything I talk about or extra links are in the box below. Make sure you subscribe so that you get the updates as soon as new videos are posted. I also have been in the last few TV shows separating the audio of these videos so that you can just go and download those. Sometimes I do a lot of clearings or there's a lot of energy stuff going on that maybe you would like to have it as a separate audio just to listen to over and over, so you can download that in the box below. Now, if you have been watching this TV show since it started at the end of December, I guess, you will notice a very big difference between where I am compared to all the other videos that I did, because we are now home on an acreage near Vermilion, Alberta, Canada, and all of the other videos were done from Australia. So it looks very different here. However, I've got to tell you, for me to be able to stand out here on some day in February, I don't even know what day it is, in just this sweater dress, it is phenomenal. And I'm not even like putting on a show. It really is this warm, and the sun is amazing. So it's not been a typical winter here in Canada, and yeah, what else is possible? So today's show is all about the real reason, the number one reason people do not live their dream life. And that, my friends, is because people are so afraid of being judged. And what do we do to people who are creating greater than us? And a lot of times less than us also. In this case, we're talking about living your dream life, creating your dream life. And most of us, myself included, I will admit it, have judged the ass off of people who were creating greater. We've made them wrong, we've justified why they're wrong, and we're right for not having created greater. And that's really the number one reason. And all the people that come to my classes and do private sessions and are on my telecalls and everywhere, they say to me, I don't know how to deal with the judgment. I can't handle the judgment. So-and-so won't like me. So-and-so will be mad at me. This person will have a point of view about it. I mean, there's so many different ways. And unfortunately, I am here to tell you that is true. Okay? I will not tell you people won't judge you, because that would be a big fat lie, and I cannot do that to you. It's true. People will absolutely judge you. Absolutely judge you. Whenever we're creating greater than what somebody else is choosing to create, judgment. You've done it. I've done it. It's what we do. It's stupid. It's crazy. It's a billion things. And it is what we do. So, it's not about trying to change that, because if you do that, you'll never, ever, ever choose greater. It's about being willing to receive it. Being willing to drop your barriers and receive it. People are going to judge anyway. They're going to judge anyway. It makes no difference. They're going to judge you anyway. So what if you dropped the barriers and allowed yourself to receive it? And you guys probably listen to my radio show. If not, check it out. I talk about this all the time in all sorts of different ways, because it affects every area of our life. My awareness is, to the degree that you're willing to be judged, is to the degree that your life will be phenomenal. To the degree that you're willing to be judged is to the degree that your life will be phenomenal. Because otherwise, you're always going to have other people's puppet strings. Or actually, other people will always have your puppet strings. So if you don't want to be judged as a rich, greedy bastard or bitch, then you will make sure that you only make enough money to just go underneath that judgment, whatever that number is in your point of view, and pretty much society's point of view. Whatever that is, that's the amount you'll allow yourself to make, to avoid the judgment. If the worst thing in the world would be to have your parents tell you that you're a horrible, daughter or little chickadees just playing around here, a horrible daughter or a horrible son, then you'll do everything that they need you to do, or they ask you to do, or they energetically demand you to do, to avoid the judgment. So that's how we then become these puppeteers. Or, well, no, we're not the puppeteers. We allow other people to have our puppet strings. And that's really why so many people aren't living their dream lives, is because what would the neighbor say? Yeah, have you said that yourself? Oh, I can't go on another vacation this year. What would people say? I can't fly first class and put a picture about it on Facebook. What would people say? And if you're my friend on Facebook, you know I do that all the time. Because I'm willing to receive it. Not in a way of I'm better and you're less. That's not the energy. And if you've seen those pictures, you get that. That's not the energy. My energy with what I choose is an invitation. And people can either use that invitation to choose greater for themselves, whatever that might be. For some people, flying in the first space isn't even fun for them. So it might be something totally different. But it's the invitation to choose whatever it is you'd like to choose. And other people will see that as an invitation to judge me. I'm totally cool with either one. Now, can I tell you honestly that it never bothers me when people judge me? No, I can't. I never will be able to. And I've come to terms with that. I used to think that if I did enough clearing and I cleared enough points of view and all of that, that I'd actually get to the point where receiving the judgment would be ease, joy, and glory for me. Now, sometimes I can create that depending on the situation, and a lot of times it's not. And it's okay. It's just the willingness to acknowledge it's somebody's judgment, they're projecting it onto me, and to remind myself that their judgment means nothing about me. Nothing. Think of the last time you judged somebody. Did it have anything to do with them? It had everything to do with you and what you were, what your crazy was at that moment. It had nothing to do with you. So next time you see somebody creating something you'd like to create, or it has an energy of like, oh, if your first response is to go into judgment, check in. What else could be possible here? What other choice do I have here with this information? Because when we get all like with something that somebody else is creating, there's an energy in it for us. There's an invitation in it for us. Now, it may not be to create exactly what they're creating, and it actually probably isn't to do with that at all. It's likely more that it's an invitation into more. And we have two choices. We can take that invitation and go to the party and show up and out-create ourselves, or we can sit in a pile of shit and judge and judge and judge. And no matter what, those are just choices. They're not right, they're not wrong. I have done both. Let me tell you, I have done both. And all I know for sure is that when I have joined the party, when I have, shown up in my best and, lipstick and matching eye makeup and all of that, that's created more in my world. That's been more fun for me than anything else. And definitely more fun than sitting in the pile of shit. And sometimes that pile of shit has been what I've chosen in the past. So if you can get out of the judgment of you and just start looking at, where am I not choosing greater because people might judge me? And what if it's okay if they judge you? They're going to judge you anyway. I promise you, they're going to judge you anyway. So if you start allowing yourself to choose what truly works for you, you can then create your dream, live your dream, and also you can be an invitation to other people to know it's okay to choose what you'd like to choose. It's okay to go outside the box. I mean, years ago, homeschooling wasn't something you heard much about. And then over time, it's become where people don't look twice at it. People say the term homeschooling, it's no big thing. And it isn't a big thing, and it shouldn't have been all those years ago either, but it was different. So those who didn't know anything about it, those who weren't willing to look at what it was or what it would create in the world for their kids, went to judgment. And those who were willing to look at, and in some situations, notice that it would, or have the awareness that it would create more for their kids, they either chose it or they allowed the fear of the judgment of other people to stop them. Just choices. So everywhere that you've been allowing the fear of judgment to stop you from choosing what you truly, truly desire to choose, will you drop all of those barriers and allow yourself now to choose to live and create your phenomenal dream life beyond what you've never imagined possible? Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Of course, as I said before, make sure you subscribe and you will get updated as I put the videos up. And this, in case I didn't mention before, is our backyard. I'm standing on one of our decks, and this is the backyard, which if you're a friend on Facebook, you see quite often with the sunrise because it's so beautiful. And in the summer, there's a lake way over there that, well, I call it a lake. It may not be a lake, but it's a big body of water that makes me smile. So, all right, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys next week.